It's been a while since we've done any YouTube videos on cars and cuppers, but in 2026 we're going to relaunch it and we're going to do more videos from the events, and you can join us a little bit behind the scenes to show you what goes into planning some of the events, talk about some of the businesses that we get involved with the events and all of that shenanigans. Currently joining us at Greendale Farm Shop today, we're in the Range Rover it's the Victory Range Rover, which I'm connected with. Victory is actually one of the sponsors for Cars and Cuppers in 2026. So if you spend any money on any competition sites, make sure you spend it on Victory instead. Just going to use this video just to update some of you on what's going on for this year. Joining me today is Darcy, who's our new digital marketing apprentice. So she'll be featuring on some of the videos over the next couple of months. You'll see her more and you'll see her on YouTube and all that sort of stuff, won't they, Darcy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're at Greendale Farm Shop, which is predominantly where we hold our Cars and Cuppers meets. So usually we hold a meet here on every third Sunday of the month, and we do an occasional evening meet in summer. This year we're not doing as many Sunday meets because we want to focus a little bit more on the evening meets and focus on our main meet at Winsley Park. But this is Greendale Farm Shop. They've got the farm shop over on this section over here, which is where they've got the restaurant. They've got Oscar's Takeaway there. Obviously it's normal farm shops, they've got all the butchers and all that sort of stuff. And if we have a look over here, they've got loads of animals, which we'll go and see in a minute just so you can see what's going on in there. But other than that, we've got our next event here on Sunday the 19th of April, so make sure you get some tickets for that. We're going to have all cars in the main section of the car park, and it's going to be Supercar Sunday themed. So it's our 3-year anniversary meet and it'll be Supercar Sunday, so make sure you get some tickets for that. What we're going to do today is we're also going to Dunk as well, which we're going to go off and film. So we're going to do an evening meet there. So we're going to just follow you. You guys can follow us a little bit behind the scenes, see what goes into organising some of these Cars and Cuppers events, and just getting a bit of an idea on what's what. So yeah, let's have a little mooch today. Let's head over to Dunk as well, see what's going on there, and then we'll figure out the rest of the day from that point onwards. Next stop off the day, we're at Dunk as well Raceway, which you would have seen us here a few times in the past for some various Cars and Cuppers meets. We've actually got our next event here on April the 10th, Friday the 10th of April, where you can join us for an evening meet. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a German versus JDM meet in the main car park, and then all of this track all throughout the evening you'll be able to book on yourself to outdoor go-karting. So they'll be doing arrive and drive sessions all throughout the night. So it will start at 6 and it will finish at 9. We'll have all of the main section of the car park for the German and the JDM cars, and as always with all of our events, we'll be opening it up to everyone as well. So we'll have Italian cars and all that sort of stuff on display. So if you haven't got a German or JDM car, don't worry, because you can still come. And then, like I said, they're going to do arrive and drive go-karting, so you will be able to book yourself onto the outdoor circuit. We'll have a little walk around some of the facilities at Dunk as well, just so you get a bit of an idea on what to expect on the night. But it should be an awesome event, and it's our first evening meet of the year. We've obviously also got our Sunday event at Greendale, which we've already spoke to you about, but this will be the first evening meet of the year, which should be quite good. But let's have a little walk. Let's have a little walk around the Dunk as well Raceway, show you some of the facilities, and hopefully some of you will book on for the event in April. So we're going to have a little walk around the track. So this is actually a 750 metre outdoor circuit, and as you can see it is absolutely mint, and it is full of like tough corners and all that sort of stuff, so it's a good bit of fun to be out on this track. We've done it a couple of times. On our last evening meet, myself and a few customers did actually head out for the last session of the night, and it was actually a really good crack. I think they have around 20 carts out at a time on a normal evening meet or a normal track session, so it can be a really good crack, as you can see as well. So over on that side is the airfield. So I think this all used to be part of the airfield back in the day, and then they built this outdoor obviously go-kart circuit on it. So when you're obviously out on the track, you can sometimes see all the planes and all the helicopters flying off and all that sort of stuff, but it's a very windy track. I'll put up some bits on the screen just so you can see the track layout, just so you get a bit of an idea, because some of you might have never been here before. But it's a very windy track, and it's like I said, 750 metres. There'll be about, I think I want to say it's got to be 20 odd or so, isn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. So we'll head into the main section of the Dunk as well Raceway, which is where they've got the cafe, the drivers meeting point and all that sort of stuff. You get a bit of an idea on what it's like in there and what you can expect to see on the night of our evening meet. There's no carts out on track this morning, as I think, because it's wet and it's a Monday morning, so no one's out and about, but this is where all the go-karts are. So they're Sodi SR6s, I think it's 390cc karts. They've got speeds up to 45 miles an hour, so you can have a really good time out and about. They've actually got about 25 or so karts in there, but I'm pretty sure you can have 20 out at a time. So every 15 minutes through the night, new sessions will be going on, and obviously new groups will be out on the track, which will be quite cool. So this is where all the karts are kept. I'll tell you what, this place is like, compared to other go-karting places I've been to before, this place is unreal. They've got absolutely everything, and they're also building a simulator rig set up, which we'll go and see, and hopefully that will be up and running on the evening meet. So if you don't want to go out on the actual go-karts, you can test out obviously karting and the tracks on the sim. So we'll also walk over to where they fix them all up, just to get a bit of an idea on some of the facilities, because like I say, compared to any other race go-karting place, it is unreal. One of the other cool things that you can do on the evening meet is check out some of the viewing spots. Although this isn't actually a viewing spot, they do have the outdoor canopy area where you can watch all the go-kart action take place. And then obviously on this side here is where all the cars will be. So we'll probably have the front section for the German versus JDM cars, and then this section will be for everything else. And obviously, like I was saying earlier, you've got the views of the Dunkerswell, what's it called? Airfield. So you've got the view of Dunkerswell Airfield, where you can watch all the planes take off and stuff. I don't think there'll be much happening on an evening meet, but there's obviously still some cool areas where you can watch everything unfold. So yeah, if you're showing your car, you'll be in this section. If you're just a general visitor, you'll be parking over in that back corner over there. But let's head on inside and show you the restaurant and where you'll be, where you'll get all your race helmets and all that sort of stuff on. We'll have a little walk on through and show you what the facilities inside are like. So in through the reception area is where you'll book into the outdoor go-karting sessions. I don't think that door is open at the minute, so we'll walk through this way. This will be like the main point up towards the restaurant. So we have a little walk on through. Got some of the leaderboards and stuff. So just poke around in there. Boys, say hello to the camera.
Morning, morning.
So this is where you'll book yourself onto the karting sessions and stuff like that. And then once you've booked on through there, you'll walk through here. Toilets and stuff are there. This is the driver's briefing room. That's all right, just poking that in, that's all. So that's the driver's briefing room where you obviously sit down and watch the 10-minute boring video, which everyone hates. The only thing about go-karting, obviously you've got to sit down for 10 minutes and watch the terrible briefing video. Suit room, make sure everyone's decent. So this is where all the helmets are, the locker rooms, and obviously you have to wear these. I think that's for health and safety purposes, just in case the cart catches fire, but I don't know. We'll walk through upstairs. Don't know what they've got going on there, anything important, Darcy? I don't think so. Right, and then upstairs is where the restaurant is, as well as some other good views of the track. So, depending on what the weather's like, everyone will be either in there escaping the rain, or in there just watching all the action take place out on the track. So, restaurant areas over there. So that's where you get your teas, coffees, they'll be doing pizzas, burgers and all that sort of stuff. And then through here is where you can be sat down watching all of the track action take place. As you can see, the views are pretty phenomenal. And the good thing about this place, or the cool thing about this place, for those that don't know, do you know who this is, Darcy?
No.
So this used to be owned by Nigel Mansell. So those who would be into the Formula 1 would know who Nigel Mansell is. This place actually used to be owned by Nigel Mansell, which is pretty cool. So it's got some of his photos and all that sort of stuff up. But other than that, anything else we need to say about Dunk as well?
Don't think so.
Don't think so. I think that's it. Other than that, make sure you get your tickets for our Dunkerswell meet.
We haven't filmed anything at any recent events. What I'm going to do is show you a little bit from last year, some of the events at Greendale Farm Shop, just to give you an idea on what you can expect to see on the 19th, as well as a little bit behind the scenes of an upcoming event we've got in June, which was our Wings and Wheels event. So here you can find us at Greendale Farm Shop last year for our Father's Day event in the summer.
So we're going to have a little walk around the main car park. So like I said before, we've got all of the Land Rovers in the main section. So let's have a look around to see what some of the Land Rovers are. So first up, we've got this one, which is Series 2. It's had like nut and bolt restoration. It's absolutely mint. If you come on in, well, have a look in the engine bay, Lewis. It's mint. Absolutely mint. Well, I say it's mint. We took it out yesterday, so it got a little bit dirty. But if we have a look, we've got a book here of how it started out. So this is how this car started up. So it's had full restoration, and now it's looking like this. So yeah, that's the first car that is in the car park. We'll have a little walk up on through and see some of the other cars. And so a group that join us all the time, that is Status. So they have brought up a lovely selection of cars as always. We always appreciate the support from these guys, and they're actually heading off on a big trip tomorrow. So they are going
to Paradise della Gaida? Is that how you say it? I have no idea. But yeah, they're all set ready for an awesome trip tomorrow. So yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be interesting to see what they get up to. So they brought on a Tourer, the GT3, GT4 RS. I was going to say Spider, but it's not. And then obviously we've got Kelly's M2 and Lorna's M4 as well. Then obviously we won't go into that car park because it's a little bit busy and we're not going to get any filming done, but there's an awesome selection of cars in there as well. So a cool car that has joined us that we haven't seen at our events and which you just won't see because I think there's only 6 in the country is this Mazda AZ1, which is it's Mazda, but it's a sub-brand of AutoZam, I think it is. So it looks really cool. It looks almost like a supercar. He said there was only 4,500 of these made and I think only 28 ended up in the UK. So as you can see, it's got the Gullwing style doors and it looks absolutely incredible. So we've got a couple of lovely cars that have joined us. So Mark's brought up his Lamborghini Huracan Performante Spider, which is absolutely awesome. He joined us on a Dartmoor shoot recently and Dan captured some amazing photos, and just added to his collection is a lovely McLaren 600 LT Spider and MSO edition. So this has been built to order, is that right, Lewis?
No idea.
No idea. I'm pretty sure it's MSO because it's got the older stickers on the side. So
I don't think even he knows what it means.
so it's McLaren Special Order, or it's McLaren Special Operations or something like that?
McLaren Special Operations.
McLaren Special Operations. So I think it's like the Ferrari tailor-made. I'm pretty sure. That's what I think it's like. So that's awesome to see. Both of these are going to be joining us at our Wings and Wheels event next week, which we're going to do a video on. You're joining me at the Cars and Cuppas Wings and Wheels event in collaboration with Fairway Commons. We've organised around 30 cars ranging from sports, classic performance, supercars and everything else in between. And we've got about 50 planes arriving today. So I'll show you around this private event. Should be an awesome day, awesome selection of cars, and it'd be awesome to have all of the planes join us a bit later this afternoon. So I know nothing about airplanes whatsoever, but we've got a nice selection of planes on display. They reckon they're going to have up to 50, so 50 of PPR'd in, which basically means that they're going to check in to fly at any point throughout the day. We've probably got about 15 or so, ranging from like really small ones to slightly bigger ones, and we've also had a helicopter just come in, which is a Jet Ranger. Again, I know nothing about planes or helicopters, but it's really nice. The helicopters are in the back because basically they can't land in this section because obviously it produces so much power and stuff like that. All of these planes will end up just getting wiped out. So the more planes that will come out throughout the day, I'll do some more videos on, and maybe we'll chat to one of the owners to see and find out a little bit more about the planes. James, who owns the airfield's got his down there. I'm sure he'll let us jump on it and have a look around to see what it's all about. And never know, might even get an opportunity to go out on a plane. You want to get out on a plane, Lewis, or no?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
See, I went out on a plane last year, but it's one of them where, because I've done it already, I wouldn't do it again. So there's a couple of people that do want to get out on a plane, so we'll see if we can get them out in a bit. So inside the hangar, you would have seen these two cars from our last evening meet. It wasn't not evening meet, it was Sunday meet, wasn't it? It's Father's Day event. So we've got Mark's lovely McLaren 600 LT, and then we've got the Huracan Performante, which we'll have a look at. So they're both inside James's hangar. So usually he keeps his plane in there, but instead today we've put both of these. So these look absolutely unreal. So we'll get some nice B-rolls shots of these so you can see them in a little bit more detail. Another thing we've been organising today, we've been doing a little photo shoot with some of the cars. So a few of the boys have been lucky enough to park their cars next to the planes. You would never get that sort of opportunity before, but it's nice being able to do it today. So currently got this lovely 1959 Chevrolet American truck next to this plane, which looks really, really cool. And a few of the other guys have managed to capture some awesome photos. So I've been summoned to the Highland Cows as Darcy wanted to come and see these, but I hope you've enjoyed the little behind the scenes of today's Cars and Cuppas YouTube video. Obviously we want to try and do more of these. Our plan is to do 2 Cars and Cuppas YouTube videos a month and potentially do 2 podcasts a month where we can get some guests on. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Most importantly, we'll see you right here on Sunday the 19th of April.